Okay. Wow. And not all of you live in California, but you don't have to have the news is just splattered with everything California. And what was interesting, what they said is no one storm was really the over the top storm. It was the accumulation. It's because we're so dry here. Um, and we've had fires, and so there's, you know, all up and down California, many trees are gone and things that, hold things together. In addition, some of the trees are old and they fall over. And I just was hiking in our beautiful little Rocky Nook park, and two big trees went down, two old oaks. But little do they know that I have little oaks growing in my backyard, and I'm going to go plant them. I'm going to be the secret oak planter. Wow. So first of all, I want to say, I want to kind of have you tune into what we did last week. We did time travel. So to refresh your memory, we really dropped into some really beautiful, yummy, powerful energy. And then we took it through the neural network of the current moment. And then we populated through via time travel. We populated what was to be in the progressing week. So we populated our week with that energy via Tara's 5D neural network. And I'm going to just share my observation of what happened. Very interesting. First of all, usually my week is really like, well, you ready for the next challenge? We're going to sock it to you for 3 days and then, start to get through whatever and then come out the other end. Didn't happen this week. It's like, nope, you're good. But the most interesting thing, and it didn't occur to me to the end, that a number of patients brought me presents. It was almost every day, a jar of fig jam. Someone brought me 2 bars of chocolate because I'd helped her out on something. Only the healthy kind, cacao, of course. And just vegetables and, oh, here, can you use this? And of course, I gave away a few things too, because I always like to do that. I have little secret presents stashed in my office just in case. The other thing that was really interesting, I thought, so I'm kind of giving you these little juicy points just to kind of go, yeah, it's working. The other thing I saw is that some scientists are really going, well, maybe about climate change. Like, well, maybe those Arctic chunks aren't going to melt and fall into the ocean. It's possible. So the possibility of us turning this around is kind of leaking out. And I've seen a number of things. So in our area went from extreme drought to what they call moderate drought. And my guess is after this next week assessment, it'll go down to low drought. And then it goes to none. So we want none, but this is cool. Third thing that happened, in the middle of the night, I laid awake and I'm like, okay, all this runoff, not only on our coast, but on the East Coast. And I know the East Coast goes through their drought times too, because they expect to have rain all summer, here and there. And I've been back there when there hasn't been enough rain and the lake is going low. So my thought was, it's in our area, we've really depleted the aquifer because people were digging wells, so groundwater. So I came up with this invention, where we created these kind of cones that then ended in a tube, and they had spiraling around them so they could be easily just turned into the ground as deeply as, or even just, even if they went 10 feet down, that water would channel into closer to the aquifer than having to go through all of this wet dirt. And of course, some of it's going to be probably getting in via the streams and sinking down. But that was one idea I had. And then another idea I had is like, well, golly gee, we should, every new house should just have a holding tank underneath it and use that for your landscaping. Well, the next day I stop and I have these guys that I work out with, these kind of older gentlemen, and this guy's an MD, and we stop and talk with each other, and he had the same ideas, exactly the same ideas. And so I thought that that was a sign that it's, if you have ideas like that on the quantum, someone's going to grab it and make it. They are, for sure, for sure. Then I read that California's going, wow, we need to change it up, how we deal with runoff water, not just hoping it's going to go into a lake or maybe a reservoir over there. How can we collect, especially in the areas of high usage, fields, etc., that will at some point depend on a well? In other words, reverse drilling for wells. So letting the wells fill up and the aquifers fill up. So anyway, I felt like what we're doing is working, and I'm, apologies to all those people who had trees go down. We did, who had hillsides come down, who were blocked in their house for a week. Apologies to all, but there was no amount of gentle rain that was going to reverse this drought and fill the lakes up. And let's just say tomorrow we're all gone. It's for the rest of the planet. There's other beings here besides us. So anyway, hopeful news. I like to pass it on. Also, a very interesting thing was I was really guided to get an ebook by this woman, Madame Blavatsky, and maybe you've heard of her. She and Annie Besant, I think, were involved with the creation and writing for the Theosophists. And their journeys, as was Alice Bailey, had to do with connecting with adepts, and some of them are, Saint Germain is one, and Moira is another one, and Dwal Kul is another one, and the Christ and the Buddha are considered, well, they're considered above adepts, they're considered avatars. But anyway, she's writing the story of how she met up with them, kind of by leaving her body in a field in the Alps and all of a sudden being transported to Shambhala. And he, again, I'm just reading things and I'm like, yeah, this is what we're doing. Everything he was saying, we're kind of been touching upon. But then, he just said, everybody's up to this point has really relied on either science or religion to survive. And it becomes, and we've said this, it's become all about survival here. So we do things that we normally wouldn't do if our survival is threatened. Whereas if we start to really drop in and manifest our sanctified self, it's no longer about survival. We're already immortal. It's about thrival, embodiment to be here for the good of all. It's a whole different game change. It just feels so different. You just go, okay, this is how it's going to be for me. And you ask for what you need. I say, hey, you want me to operate on super level with these, kind of 5 jobs that I have? I need my sleep. And so really things are happening where, they're like, okay, you can have your sleep. And actually, because it's wintry and can sleep in a little bit till 7 o'clock. So I wanted to I want to just share with you, And our lake, um, 5 years ago, it was at 6% full. And then it came up, and then of course we depleted it over 5 years. It's ready to spill. We just had to back off a little bit because we didn't want flooding, but it's really very close to 90% full. Who knows what it's going to be after the next couple of days. So I want to go namaste, namaste to all. And thank you for your cohesive willingness to participate in the shift. The other thing, is today is Martin Luther King's birthday holiday. I was listening to his speech today, and talk about this big fist goes around my heart, just grabs it and just squeezes it at the inhumanity to man. It just, he said basically, if I would have sneezed a year ago, I would be dead as a Black man. If I would have sneezed, on the bus. Things are opening up, but really, instead of climate change, I think we need consideration change. We need consciousness change. Maybe we need conscious consideration change. It's this way it's going to happen. And here's this neural network right here in front of us, right here, right here. So I know I chatted a lot today, but I just had to pass on some of the, the thought forms that are being offered to me so graciously. And to say that really our job now, we've done all the science and math about, who we are here, and we're in these vehicles and things like that. We've done the science and math over these couple of years, right? Now what we need to do is we need to continue to go in and light our flame. The flame of consciousness, the flame of your divinity, the flame of your soul. Your soul. It's that party that's like that just feels so deeply and knows that you are here to make a difference or to empower somebody else to make the difference that is needed. And today, I say that one of the focuses is that we move along this neural network and we put on the grid ways to mitigate in a gentle way climate change into consciousness change, climate change into conscious, and that those inventions that are tittering and twinkling around in the quantum actually get to drop in to 3 or 4 people. A lot of like Edison, for instance, his idea was picked up by someone else. Tesla, long time ago, invented this whole thing around transmission of electricity. Edison just grabbed it and financed it, kind of let Tesla die let Tesla die penniless. So, all right. Thank you for letting me be verbose here. And now we're going to drop into our sanctification project, our homework for today, our assignment for today. And we'll see what that is. I'm kind of reached up and, oh, yes, and this, I'm in the shower. I'm like, oh, not climate change. We need consciousness change. Yeah, we do. Okay. All right. Beautiful, beautiful beings. Love, love, love you. Yum, yum, yum. Close your eyes. The first thing I'm going to say to is dream on. Dream on. So we're going to go into beautiful dream state. We're going to just shift even this vehicle towards dream state. And we're going to dream that we are the purveyors. We are chosen purveyors to facilitate shift. And we gather to receive our assignment. Ignite your flame, light your flame, torch it. Just torch it. Dream. Dream yourself to soul recognition. Feel into your passion. Ignite it. Ignite your love. Dream your power awake. And dream yourself into the dream state. Passion, love, power. Dream it alive. Now add in your purpose. And we can all add to awaken. Our purpose is to awaken. And rock yourself into that dream. And the love, love, love is the glue that holds your passion, power, and purpose as a trifecta of soul expression. Ignite your resolve to be as one. Ignite your resolve to be one with the one in passion, power, purpose. As the I am. And allow the overlay of this dream we're dreaming to seep into the expression of your vehicle, your embodiment. Let it seep in between your cells of your vehicle. The flesh, the very flesh and bones, power, purpose, passion, presence. And expand this presence into our I see field. So we have the fifth P, participate, passion, power, purpose, presence, participating. And now the next P is being offered to us. Possibility. Passion, power, presence, purpose, participation. Infusing the possibility of consciousness change. Consciousness change. And as the one, we have unlimited frequency capable of flowing through us. And let us now link with this 5D grid, underlying now all matter and all matter of consciousness. And infusing this beautiful neural network with possibility for fuel-less travel. Contemplate that. Fuel-less travel. Fuel-less comfort. Releasing the need for utilization of gas and petroleum and all things utilized for comfort. possibility exists, and we fuel it now. The next P, population. Population of humans, animals, birds, fish, insects, all those who creep on and in the earth. Balance of population. Prescience. The ability to see forward into what is needed for the good of all. Prescience. Using now your purpose and all these beautiful empowerment modalities to expand in your field and expand into this neural network. You and I being the fuel to move these possibilities out onto the grid. Allow the young ones to feel the fire. Allow the women to orchestrate leadership. Allow all those considered minority, different, etc., be empowered with their point of view, their experience to offer solution. The last P is polarity. Allow us to use polarity as an engine rather than a divider. We sweep it across in all directions, high and low, north, south, east, and west. Sweep it across the neural pathways of Tara. We do it piously. It's humility, but empowerment, right? Here we go. There's a very even outflow going now in all directions. We found our groove. One could call this the IC engine, aligning with, I will say, superpowers of intent to fuel possibility in a very real way. I'm having a little giggle here because I'm seeing this very beautiful blonde boy. And he like just got hit with like, huh? Like he doesn't know what hit him, but it's an invention. He's got something. I just saw him. There was my prescience at work. I'd like to see some teenage girls too just come up with the what if that works. How about we? Couldn't we just, like, that's possibility. We want to fuel those precious beings. Now the word is also coming through. So there's been some definite guidance here today. This has been quite lovely. The guidance is also coming through for each and every one of you to evaluate, take some time today or this week to evaluate self-care of the vehicle. Okay. So it's input, it's output, energy wise, elimination wise, eyes, mouth, ears, skin. What does your vehicle need? Give it to it. January is a very good time for self-care. Vehicle care. Okay, now we're going to do one last thing and we're going to time travel again. And we're just going to call in one word, just coming first, peace, sentience, and dreaming. So peace I would give to Christos, and or I would give to Vosa. And dreaming I would give to Adahentes. So let's just take sentience is the other one. Sentience is Shuangduan. Take those four elements of the crystallis avatar frequencies, line them up. I think power one to sneak in there just to be the pusher. Yeah. Okay. So we have peace, sentience, inner awareness, consciousness, and dreaming, aware that we're dreaming, aware that we're dreaming through this week. And we're going to now move it across our neural network time travel grid. We'll bring it all the way to our next meeting. And I want you to lace this infusion with the question that you will ask yourself throughout the week. Is this a dream? Is this a dream? Is this a dream? Is this a dream? This might be a dream. Oh, right. This is a dream. Right. Okay. So we do this because dreaming, knowing that it's a dream, makes it malleable. In that malleability, we have more influence to bring in these frequencies and then observe and see how it's going. Okay. So thank you for your attention and your love, and dream on, Beatles sisters. And we do have new moon Saturday morning at 10:30 because I teach till 10. And it's not quite so much. So 10:30 new moon, and we'll meet just for a while on that Saturday. Okay. Namaste. Namaste.